Hello there. I didn't see you come in. And welcome to our virtual classroom here in Bio 215, also known as plant taxonomy. And I want to welcome you, either if you are a new student to the college or a returning one. Thank you for signing up for the course this semester. So, probably we're thinking, what was I just doing just now? Well, I was taking a look at some of my plants, and I'd like to share them with you. So over here in this jar, I've got growing a couple different types of lettuce that are classified as butter lettuce. And then over here in this tray is my succulent collection. I like to collect succulents as a hobby, and I have an aloe right here with that's starting to bud, and then I also have some stoneflower or spike thorn, as some collectors call it. But what I was taking a look at is the specific characteristics that the aloe, the spike thorn, and the butter lettuce have that allows us to ask questions in the world of science, such as how do we name these plants and classify them? And that's really what we want to be thinking about in this course. Oh, and I do apologize. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Nathan Van Vranken, and I am the full-time science faculty here at Eastern West Virginia Community and Technical College, but I'm also the coordinator for the Biological Environmental Technology program at the college, where we want to be able to take a look at the natural world around us, ask questions, and answer them using technology and cutting edge science. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, please reach out and I'll be happy to assist. But let's take a few moments and talk about the course itself. Every module in this class will be having these small videos, as I like to call them, weekly welcomes, that introduce you to the course. And then you'll notice that the Brightspace of the course is divided into a couple of thematic sections. And within the thematic sections are the modules that you will be wanting to work on from week to week until the completion of the semester. If you have any questions about some of the course design, please see your syllabus that has been sent to you at the start of class, but also posted on Brightspace. This course is designed to help you see plants in a completely new light. Throughout this class, we're going to learn on how scientists identify, classify, and even name plants using the same methods that botanists, ecologists, horticulturalists, conservationists, and environmental scientists use to better interpret the world around them, both in the field and using research collections from around the world. At first glance, many plants seem to be very similar, but every species has its own unique set of characteristics. And in this course, we want to be able to explore those characteristics on the broadest levels. You'll learn how to recognize those differences by studying plant structures such as leaves, stems, roots, flowers, and fruits, and even seeds as part of their reproduction. And we'll explore on how these structures help us organize the world of plants based upon shared evolutionary relationships and traits on an easy to access level. You'll also discover why scientific names are important and how taxonomy creates a universal language that allows scientists across the globe to communicate clearly about plant species. As mentioned earlier, one of the major skills that you're going to be developing in this course is simple plant identification. You will learn on how to use tools like Dachmatis keys, field guides, coexisting flora, and other identification manuals to determine the identity of unknown plants that you may encounter out in the field. At first, these tools may seem rather complicated, but over time, I think you're going to be able to begin to recognize patterns and characteristics that make identification easier and more intuitive. For example, you may learn on how to distinguish plants based on leaf arrangements and flower symmetry, venation patterns, or even the types of fruit that it produces. And these details are essential for accurately identifying species in both natural and cultivated landscapes, such as your garden. In addition to identifying plants, we're going to also learn on how plants are collected, documented, and preserved in scientific collections known as herbarias. These collections serve as valuable records of biodiversity and allow scientists to study plants from different regions and even time periods. And you'll gain an understanding of how specimens are prepared, labeled, and used for research, conservation, and education. And we're going to be taking a look at a few virtual herbaria, ones that we can access in an online setting, where they use high resolution imagery to allow you to actually view the plant on your computer screen as if you were in the collections themselves, and allow you to take a look and practice your identification skills. This process, I think, is really critical for those that are just starting out on their botanical journey or those that want to refine their skill sets, because botanical science is best understood using preserved specimens because they provide evidence for species identification, but also help you track environmental changes over time as species wax and wane over time and space, as plants can be very sensitive. But the key takeaway here is that plant taxonomy is much more than memorizing names. And that's really what we want to be doing in this course, is to expand outside of that line of thinking. We want to be able to understand botanical biodiversity, evolution and ecology, and the relationships between us and plants. An accurate plant identification can be very helpful in us allowing to be able to help answer questions found in agriculture, forestry, pharmacology and medicine, conservation biology, environmental science, wildlife management, and horticulture. Uh, for an example, when we take a look at invasive species, they can that we can use plants to help protect ecosystems, or be able to use our plant identification skill sets to identify medicinal plants that could contribute to our health care and scientific research. Throughout this semester, you will practice observation, critical thinking, scientific communication, and hands-on investigations in a virtual setting. And you'll be encouraged to ask questions, examine plant species closely, but ultimately, I want you to be thinking like a botanist. By the end of this course, you'll be not only having a stronger understanding of plant diversity and classification, but you'll also develop practical scientific skills that can be applied in many careers in real-world situations. And most importantly, this course invites you to slow down and truly observe the plant world around you. You see, plants are everywhere in forests, gardens, fields, wetlands, cities, and even cracks on sidewalks. Yet many people pass by them without noticing their incredible diversity and importance to our day-to-day lives. And that's really what our first module will be about. Plant taxonomy will help you build a deeper appreciation for the complexity of the natural world and the role plants play in supporting life on our planet. Now, I'm very excited to begin this journey with you all, and I look forward to exploring the fascinating world of plant diversity and classification together as I guide you from module to module. And if you have any questions about the material or you require a little bit extra help, I am here to support you every step of the way during my open office hours, which can be found on the syllabus. And I'm happy to set up a video chat with you on Zoom or Teams. You can swing by my office, and I always answer my email. So hopefully, we will be taking a look at the world around us and really seeing that our blue planet may actually be a much greener planet.